Using the impact line in your pre-shot routine reminds and helps you rehearse the forward handle position and de-lofted square club face that produce a lag impact.
I don't mind starting people at impact, and I think good contact is the largest differentiator between good and poor players. We want to hit the ball with a shaft that's leaning a little bit towards the target. Mm-hmm. We want to have 95% of our weight on our lead foot. Why don't we just start there? So if we just set up to the golf ball, and we just say, all right, let's just start at impact. Let's put the pelvis forward. Let's put the shaft forward. Let's start right there. Okay. Then they know the goal right here is to make a divot in front of the ball. Then they at least have a chance. I would remove the ball to start with, put the club on the line. Now get the pelvis forward, get the shaft forward. There you go. Now show me a practice swing where you bottom out in front of the golf ball.
But I feel like if I just follow your instructions, I am hitting down so hard on it.
Because that's because there's more than just the pelvis.
Okay, gotcha.
There's also my upper body, right? Okay. So if I look at the center of my chest, where is that in relation to my pelvis has a huge effect on how this golf club travels coming into impact.
Okay.
Now, if I took both of these centers, like you did right here, and you put the center of your pelvis forward, but you also actually put the center of your chest forward, this club is going to be traveling too much from up to down coming into the golf ball, and it's going to get fairly steep.
Yeah.
Now, the part that shallows this club out as it comes into the ball and makes it brush the ground better is actually I want to keep the center of my chest pretty much in between my feet with the center of my pelvis forward. That creates a side bend to the right. But the side bend to the right came more from the pelvis moving forward than the player actually side bending to his right. So let's do one more time. Let's do one more practice swing.
Okay.
Let's do the setup the same way we did, but let's try and keep our head in place. Pelvis forward
over my left heel.
Yep. There you go. And then get the handle forward. There you go.
That's got to come with me.
Yep.
Okay.
There you go. See how it shallowed out?
Generally, if people are trying to get the concept of what you should do.
First thing they should do is be as good as they can at controlling where the club hits the ground. Put a line down. Look at where the club hits the ground. Second of all is an understanding what controls where the club hits the ground.
Yeah.
Right? So the weight of my pelvis is the largest contributor to where the club hits the ground.
Yeah.
And the second part would be when does the club get to its longest point.
Okay.
So that's why we're actually putting the shaft a little bit forward so the club gets longer later combined with where the pelvis is. If you struggle with it, start making it simpler. So that means start presetting these things just so you get an idea of where you are in space. All right. I mean, it's not like this is like a cheat code just for poor players. I mean, this is what good players do, more or less.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the stuff that I do is basically from general setup, just to try and make it easier. So as a club comes in, obviously there's already a little bit less loft. You've already preset that at address.
Never do this if you want to hit compressed iron shots. To get a powerful divot after the golf ball, we need our hips and hands closer to the target at impact. To do this, preset the impact position and hit small punch shots. Do this over and over again to train the feel, and then turn it into a full shot.
I guess compressing the ball, that's what I've probably increased more than anything with working with Sean. I used to try and sort of be very shallow and return the club at 90 degrees. I now have a little bit of forward lean with the hands at impact, and I feel like that really helps my strike, but also it stabilizes the face through impact as well. To get forward lean, you have to get your weight onto your left side. If you're hitting from your right leg, you're always going to flip it. So basically, just really getting through the shot post impact. You've got 90% of your weight on your left leg. I think if you do that, you're going to start to at least give yourself a chance to make a good impact.
The little line down here, the little line that sits just from the leading edge back up through the hosel of the golf club, helps you to find this really strong impact position. So the DST technology is really helping players to find a more functional impact position.
The best players in the world, we see that at impact their shaft is leaning towards the target, and this left hand is sort of opposite the lead thigh there. We can see that shaft leaning quite a lot forward. The majority of the amateurs that we coach, we see a lot of them that they're very much back with this shaft.